Hello, friends and dear professors. I am Dr. Rohit Rastogi from Department of Computer Science and Engineering at ABES Engineering College, Ghaziabad. And today we are going to discuss on business data warehousing and data mining. So today's topic is data warehouse components. This is one of the basic and preliminary topic about the content, which is data warehousing and data mining, and it's a current technology, and I'm sure that you are going to be benefited with that. As a basics, the data warehouse is a digital storage system where we can use our regard related data, which may be of large amount, and it can be used for different analysis purposes with the help of different visualizations. It may be used in business intelligence, reporting purposes, analytics, and support regulatory requirements. So data warehouse stores the current and historical data, and we can use it as per our need at different time durations and at different places. The data warehouse is a contemporary technologies, and it is nowadays it is very much useful, and it uses three type of main operations, which is extraction, transportation, and loading operation. In short, it is called as ETL operations. Also, it uses a OLAP engine, which is acronym of Online Analytical Processing Engine. The application of data warehousing can be done in customer analysis tools and other applications to handle the process of gathering the information and to deliver it for the business users. A complex decision making in the different businesses and the prediction and this strategy making is possible with the help of data warehousing. So, in short, we can say that data warehouse is a relational database that is designed for query and analysis rather than transaction processing. It includes historical data derived from transaction data from single and multiple resources. So, data warehouse is used in the big to small enterprises, and it is used to store the historical data as well as the current data for the decision makers. The different goals of data warehousing is to help the reporting purposes, to maintain the organizational historical record, and it is used for decision making. The need of data warehouse is for the different stakeholders. It may be business users, it may for the storing the historical data, for strategic decisions, and it maintains the data consistency and the quality, and also it is useful because of its high response time. Suppose we take an example that if we get a cash from an ATM and our record is not updated with the bank, then definitely there is a chaos and bank will be in loss. So if we are traveling to USA from India and there at ATM we withdraw money and it is not updated. So the need is that the data must be updated at the same time and it should be reflected at every place. So data warehouse is useful because of its high response time. The benefit of data warehouse is to understand the business trends. It is designed to perform well enormous amounts of data, and queries are possible for the normalized database, and whether they are complex or easier, but the data warehouse can fetch them in a very reliable and comprehensive manner. The data warehouse as an efficient method to manage the demands of the lots of information, and it provides the capabilities to analyze a large amount of historical data. So definitely the data warehouse is going to be very much useful and crucial for the better business analytics and for the faster queries. With the data warehouse, one can do rapid queries in the large amount of consolidated data, and it can be done with the less support of IT. It also gives the benefit of improved data quality as well as historical insight. So there is a typical difference between the data warehouse and the database. In database, the data may be of one type, it may be textual data, but in data warehouse, the variety of data is possible. It may be audio data or video data or image form of data, or it may be textual data. So multi-variety of data is possible, and the data can be fetched from the different locations of all over the globe. So data warehouse is can be said as a superset of database, and it helps the user to pull the data from the server and have additional functionalities for data modeling, data lifecycle management, and data source integration. As per the diagram, you can say that the ETL information extract, transformation, and load are applied on the current database, which is stored in the central location, and metadata is associated with that. With the help of different access tools, the data can be fetched from the data warehouse, and the results can be obtained in a very quick manner. We can also say that the data is stored in the central location, and with the help of integration, the ETL operations are applied, and the data replication, bulk load processing, data transformation, and data quality and enrichment services are possible. So metadata is data about the data. It specifies the source, uses, values, and other features of the datasets in own data warehouse. So there is a business metadata which is used for the business purposes, and it describes that which type of data and what kind of data is stored in the data warehouse. Data warehouse access tools are actually the tools which allow users to communicate with the data in the data warehouse. And they are mainly the query and reporting tools, application development tools, and data mining tools and OLAP tools. So as per the diagram, we can say that the data comes from the different data sources. It may be customer relationship management, ERP tool, it may be e-commerce portal, it may be SCM, legacy operations, external sources or other sources which provide the data. This data is applied with the ETL tools, and they are providing the data to the operational data store. Then comes the role of the data warehouse, and from the data warehouse, it goes as per the need in the different data storage, which are of the small size and called as data mart. Data mart are the specific data storages for the specific purposes, and from data mart, the data goes to the BI tools or the report dashboards or the information delivery. And then the data is applied for the user access, and at the different portals and different visualization as per the need and as per the customized operations, the data is visual to the users. So building a data warehouse is very much important operation, and it is used in the critical need. In other words, there is a business factor where business user wants to make decision quickly and correctly using all the available data, and other is a technological factor to address the incompatibility of operational data stores. IT infrastructure is changing rapidly, and its capacity is increasing and the cost is decreasing. So the demand of data warehouse and the application are very much crucial. We can say that after applying the extraction of the transactional data, the transformation on the transactional data is done, and the loading of the transactional data into the dimensional database is done. So ETL operation are applied over the data. To build a data warehouse, different steps are applied, in which the main are to extract the data, then transform the transactional data, then loading of this data, and then we have to apply a front-end reporting tool, and then mapping of the data warehouse to the multiprocessor architecture. So it may be a shared memory architecture, it may be a shared disk architecture, or it may be shared nothing architecture. So on different architectures, the data is applied as per the need and demand, as well as the availability of this architecture. And then the data is shared to the multi-server and multi-threaded systems. This is called inter-query parallelism, where the different server threads are handling the data and the multiple requests at the same time. The functions of data warehouse are based on the relational database, and usually the data is applied in the query manner. There are two advantages of having the parallel relational database. It is giving the facility of linear speed up as well as linear scale up. Linear speed up means that the ability to increase the number of processors to reduce the response time, And linear scale up means the ability to provide same performance on the same request as the database size increases. So both the factors are important, and data warehouse provides the benefit of linear speeding as well as linear scaling. The parallelism is of two types, interquery parallelism and intraquery parallelism. Interquery parallelism means the different server threads or processes handle multiple requests at the same time. Intraquery parallelism means the parallelism decomposes the serial SQL query into lower level operations such as scan, join, or sort operations. Then these lower level operations are executed concurrently in parallel. In intraquery parallelism, it is of two types, horizontal as well as vertical parallelism. So in horizontal parallelism, the database is partitioned across multiple disks, and in vertical parallelism, different tasks are divided and the query components are applied in parallel in pipeline fashion. So here you can see the different type of parallelism, horizontal as well as vertical parallelism. In horizontal parallelism, one can see that the data is applied on the multiple disk and the different parts of the data is applied on the different disk. In vertical parallelism, this same part is applied into multiple disks, different tasks. A whole big task is divided into small tasks and they are catered and processed in different disks. So data partitioning is done and it is a key component in the data warehouse operation, and partition can be done randomly or intelligently. In random partitioning includes random data stripping, and in intelligent partitioning we apply the database partitioning in a specific manner. And with the specific algorithm, it may be a hash partitioning or key range partitioning or schema partitioning or user defined partitioning. So these are the references where one can get the content to read further. And here it is the basic operation we have done discussed today. These are the web references also. There are some NPTEL courses which are available for data warehouse and data mining. So thank you very much for your patience and listening this lecture. And in future, we will go beyond it and discuss the extended content and dimensions of data warehouse and data mining. And we will also discuss the various operations and the different OLAP, OLTP, and data warehouse architectures in future lectures. Till then, thank you very much. Stay blessed and bye bye.